You're watching CCN, Clarksville Community Network. Produced by Goodwin Productions. Powered by CDE Lightband.
People don't realize what Bi-County is, how big Bi-County is. Bi-County is part of the community.
Most people don't understand what we actually do out there. They don't understand the amount of what it costs to operate that operation out there. Most people think you just throw it in the hole, cover it up and bury it. That's not the case.
Our work at the landfill and through the convenience centers, we feel like helps longevity of the landfill. Making the landfill last longer is probably our key thing.
I've been all over the state in a lot of meetings where a lot of places don't have landfills and they wish they had. I think we've done a good job having Bi-County and having a landfill that we can carry on for many years, hopefully.
I love working at the window. I think I'm actually the longest scale person they've had, I think. I love talking to people. I like getting to know people. They're people I've known since day one that I've been there.
We are a part of the community, and our employees care every day about what they do to take care of other people's waste. I want to keep our community clean and safe, and our employees safe as well.
Okay, the name Bi-County came from, we actually serve two counties, Stewart County and Montgomery County. The county and the city and Dover got involved, they're about 10%, and they gave birth to Bi-County back in the 70s. They had foresight to be able to have a landfill in Montgomery County. Hopefully they're still proud of us, and I think we've done a good job. My name's Mark Neblett. I'm the executive director here at Bi-County. Born and raised here in Montgomery County. My family is from here, my wife's from here. I came to the landfill in '91 after working construction. I was a field engineer surveying. My third child was born in April. Opportunity came open at the landfill. I had a lot to learn about landfill. I'm probably like a lot of people now still think it's just a big hole in the ground. Got with the engineers we had at that time and learned the process, and still learning all the time. Right now, we're predicted to maybe at least last 60 years, depending on the volume we have come in and how good we compact the waste. It's about how many potatoes you can put into a bag. Compaction means so much.
My name is Mary Anderson, and I have been at Bi-County Solid Waste for 31 years. I actually went to school to teach, so it was very different from what I had expected, or what I had been used to. When I started at the landfill, I actually came from a doctor's office. So I was from a very reserved office, quiet, checking patients in. The ladies at the doctor's office, when I left there, they were like, "You're going to the landfill? You're going to be at that window where they say, 'Get off my scale'?" And I said, "Oh, no, 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 no." That's not what I'm going to do. The job was very different, but interesting. There's always something new every day. And one of my biggest things that I enjoyed the most is helping our employees when they have questions or HR related things, and getting them in contact with the right people.
The scale person is the person that, when you drive up on the scale, we look at what you have. Their full weight registers on our computer. Decide where we're going to send you with it. We have 3 separate areas. We have a brush area, a demolition area, and just regular trash. We also have the recycles out there as well. When they come back to weigh out with us, it shows us how much they've unloaded. And by doing that, we know how much is going into the landfill. My name's TJ Fillingham. I've worked at Bi-County at the scales for 15 years. We came to Fort Campbell in 1973, and my dad retired here. So I've been here pretty much since 1973. I know a lot of people yet. One misconception is it's either the transfer station downtown or the landfill. A lot of people don't realize we have satellite areas all throughout Clarksville and Stewart County. So that's something they could go to the website and find out if there's a convenience center closer to them.
A day at the landfill, we have over 70 full-time employees and 40 part-time employees. We have 17 convenience centers, 3 landfills, 2 there in Woodlawn and 1 across town in the St. B area. We're constantly dealing with regulations, phone calls, emails, really busy. There's no doubt about it. I think the changes that I've seen through the years is the pure volume. You know, we did 100, maybe 200 tons a day, and now we're averaging maybe 1,200. Some days we do 1,800 or 2,000 tons a day. We were doing 30 loads a day to now doing 450 to 500 loads a day.
I'm Don Jones. I work at Bi-County Solid Waste. I'm the operations manager there. I've worked there almost 47 years. July the 6th will be 47 years. It's just really busy all the time out there now, and I guess I like that part of it. Days go by pretty fast most of the time. There's always something to do. When I first went to work there was 11 people in the whole site that worked there. And now there's over 70 that's full-time people, not counting our convenience center workers. We had like 4 pieces of equipment. Now we've probably got 40 or more.
In the last 20 years, Montgomery County has doubled in population. So that created a lot of issues for us with convenience centers and then the volume of traffic and trash at the landfill.
Since there's been so many people that have moved to Clarksville, our lines have gotten a little long sometimes. We move people through as fast as we can. Please have a little patience. That's the best thing.
When I started work there 31 years ago, I actually worked as a scale clerk. The increase of traffic that we've had, I cannot imagine what they go through every day.
We've got a trash crew that pushes trash. We've got a rural collection crew that goes out, picks up dumpsters all over the convenience centers and hauls those back. And it's busy all day long. Right now we're in the process of building a new area to put trash, and that's taking a lot of work to get that done. It's just a constant busy day. The regulations are so much stricter now than they used to be. Trash has to be covered, litter has to be picked up. It's just more environmental safe, you might say now, from what it used to be. The way we do things really changed. The way we have to meet the state regulations and all, that's all changed too. So changed a lot for the better.
My name is Lee McCullough. I'm the Deputy Director. Make sure we're in compliance with the state and federal regulations. Some of the things I think the public probably isn't aware of is just the amount of regulations and oversight that the landfill is under. It's an engineered system, not just after it's built, but it's something that is regulated by the state and federal agencies.
First thing, we have to drill and find out where the water table is, because you don't want to put any contaminants and leachate that's coming off the trash into the water. It's all about protecting underground water. We would like to dig to China and just keep on filling, but you can only go so deep to find out where the water table is. You have to be 5 foot above it, and then we've engineered 2 foot of dirt on top of that. It has to be tested for permeability. That's the rate of flow that water goes through it. Then you put a 60 mil plastic on top of that 2 foot clay, and it gets welded together. A lot of seams will get cut and tested. After they get through with the plastic, then we put a geotextile, it's a woven type material on top of that. Then we put 18 inches of rock. It's a filter area and a protection layer of the plastic and the clay. And then we're finally ready for trash. Kind of a long or a short version of what happens before we can put any trash down.
One misconception is that we go through the trash. That's not the case. The big commercial trucks, they go up into the main landfill. They unload their load, our guys compact it, the next load comes in. That's how the trash mountains have gotten so big. The smaller loads, they go into the trash building. That also has the recycles in there as well, cardboard and plastic and metal. We can take latex paint, use motor oil, use cooking oil, use car batteries, rechargeable batteries, fluorescent bulbs, and use antifreeze. Please, please, please don't pour antifreeze down the drain. Bring it out to the landfill.
I'm Rob Dunn with Bi-County Solid Waste, Assistant Director, take care of recycling and convenience centers. I've been at the landfill for 34 years. When I started there, I was an equipment operator. After a few years, moved over to the recycling department. State had mandated that we do waste reduction, and I thought that was probably going to be the best way to go for the future. Our average day, selling recycled materials, making sure all the material that comes in gets cleaned up and shipped off to the right locations and open for the public to make life more convenient and dealing with their recycles convenient. So many folks, maybe from Fort Campbell or the factories that are now in town, they move here and they want to recycle. So that helps a bunch. In the recycling world, the markets work just the opposite of the stock market. When the economy is really good, recycle markets tend to drop. So we have to kind of watch those two things and are able to ship when the prices are high and hold on to them when the prices are down. Try to get the most we can out of the materials to make things better. We reinvest it back into the recycling world.
Community events that I work with in the past have included Rivers and Spires, River Fest. It's been a full gamut of different events that I have helped work and be a part of at Bi-County. And the Great American Cleanup, that's another event that we do. And in the last several years, it has grown to about 250 volunteers every year. And it's where businesses, organizations, they get together, they build a team, they come out and they help pick up trash and litter in different areas of the city. Those teams get together and they have that camaraderie to get out and work together.
A lot of people don't realize that you can't just throw away weed killer. If you can hold it, household hazardous waste days twice a year, one in the spring and one going into the fall. It's a free event. You can bring all your stuff, because a lot of people come in and they say, oh, I have gas. Sorry, we can't take gas. And they don't realize that there's a specific day that we can take things like that.
The household hazardous waste days, those are special because I know that chemicals and things that could get into our water stream and contaminate our water streams, they're being processed properly. They're not just being thrown into the landfill and putting our employees at risk. That's important to me because I want to keep our community clean and safe.
We just got a shredder that we grind up all of our mattresses, box springs, big furniture, stuff like that, and demolition stuff.
People may not know the mattresses in the landfill. We started charging mattresses in the last year and a half. We're charging 10. They won't compact as much as time and effort we spend to compact materials. You get permitted for so many acres and you get so much airspace, a volume you can put in that. So it's so important to put as much waste as you can in a permitted space. Something like a mattress, these compactors are 1.3 million. They're heavy, they're big, and it doesn't do anything to a mattress. Just mattress stays in its same form. So as you build the landfill up, as water and rain go through the landfill, it produces leachate. Leachate starts seeping out the side of a slope. They're called seeps. We have to repair those, can't let that water get into the water of the states. So we take a trackhoe up there and start digging, trying to fix why this breakout. And 9 times out of 10, it's a mattress or something that is clogged up, stopping the water. We want it to go down in the collection system, and we pump that water out and treat it. It's in our leachate system. We bought a shredder to shred them. So we're putting demolition material in there and our mattresses and some tires. So it's chewing it up, making it smaller material that'll compact, and it saves airspace in the landfill. It saves your space to make it last longer. We got 20,000 mattresses in 1 year. Everything we buy seems like it's $1 million. So that $5 user fee is helping towards that, because it's a lot of maintenance to it too.
When my kids ask me what I do for work, I try to simplify things because there's a lot that goes into the operations of the landfill, but I tell them I make sure that the community has a place to put their waste and that we're being responsible and making sure that we're taking care of the environment to the best of our ability.
I want people to realize about Bi-County that we're not just the place that you dump your trash. This is Bi-County Solid Waste. We are more than a dump. We are a landfill. We are a recycling center. Our people, they care so much.
What I wish people knew about the landfill that are surprised sometimes, I think, is one, we're not tax-based. We're not in their budget. We have our own monies coming in from tipping fees from the private haulers. And we have a $5 user fee that helps 17 centers. It really helps in the overall. We don't take any money from the county. A local county near us charges $10, and we've been at $5 for, I think, since we started.
Mattresses, box springs, Freon appliances, things like air conditioners, refrigerators, freezers, dehumidifiers, they're all $10 a piece. If you have a lot of trash, anything up to 500 pounds is free.
People need to remember that if they're mad about the landfill and odor, well, we're not producing any of that. It's just all the odors coming to us. Just when you take out your trash at home, maybe you had shrimp or fish and get that out of here, you know, it's already been in here a day or two. Well, it all comes in one place and we don't have a magic dust to put on it. But we do everything we can, and we definitely meet all the regulations and beyond to try to be good neighbors. We cover every day with either dirt or soil or an alternative cover, and we use a lot of products to try to eliminate the odor the best we can.
We'll get calls from people that have thrown away certain items that they need back. One strange one would be wedding photos, maybe even a wedding ticket. Never could find it. Took a phone call one day and a gentleman said, "Hey, I need some help." I said, "Sure, what can I help you with?" Well, I was deployed, and when I came back, my wife had bought a new mattress. That mattress, she threw it away. "Is there any way I can get it back?" And I said, "No, sir." I said, "We have no idea, and plus it's buried, shredded." And he said, "Oh dear, she didn't know it, but I was storing money in it." I said, "I am so sorry for your loss." One time I had a driver come in, and I know him. We went to school together. Mary, he said, I found something in the landfill. And he said, I don't know what to do. I said, well, what do you have? And he said, I found a box of ashes and it has the person's name on it. I said, let's do some research and let's get this person back to their family, because clearly we knew that they didn't just dump it out. Something had happened. We worked together and we found the family, and we got that person back to their family.
A couple of years ago, a young lady and her husband, he was a soldier, they'd lost some pictures that were real valuable to them, said she'd never get them back. Somebody had passed away in the family. I knew there was really no chance, but I wanted them to see what I was talking about. So I got them in the truck and took them up to the working face. There was black bags, every color you can imagine, sticking out of the waste. And he's crawling like Spider-Man all over the side of this slope looking for this bag. She's sitting in my truck crying and pointing, maybe that's it, maybe that's it. And there was just bags everywhere. They realized that they weren't going to be able to recover that. We have recovered a few things, but it's like if it got dropped on our floor, and if they catch it right away that the company had dropped it there and they know what the company was. There has been times, but most of the time there's not much of a chance. If you lose something, it's gone.
I really get to know the people that come on the scale. That's probably the best job for me, being a one-on-one with people. So it's really nice. There's been a few memorable experiences. Just getting to know the people, really. There was one instance, a gentleman that he and his father was cleaning out their farm area. And he came by one time and he says, I'm getting ready to move to Virginia. I'm going to take care of my mom for a while. 3 years later, he comes on the scale and he was like, I was wondering if you were still going to be here. And I was like, you know, you moved to Virginia. He could not believe that I remembered that he had moved to Virginia to take care of his mom. So that to me is the memorable part about it, is really getting to know the people and their dogs. I love dogs. I have treats for them, and that just makes my day. So.
When people ask me why I don't retire, and I get that all the time, I tell them, I say, I don't know. I enjoy what I'm doing. I'm not ready to stay at home. I feel like I'm still contributing to the job. So one morning I may get up and say, Mark, I'm done. But I'm happy right now.
I enjoy the different challenges that come up from day to day. It seems like you're never doing the same thing from one day to the next. And a lot of good people work at Bi-County. Some guys and ladies that have been there for a very long time. They're really good people. Most of them will give you the shirt off their back. It's got a family feel to the place. I've seen a lot of landfills in Tennessee, and some of the things that I'm thankful for at our landfill is the employees, the knowledge that they have, the ability to have future expansion areas. There's a lot of landfills in Tennessee that don't have that, and that's a huge commodity for a landfill.
Some of my favorite experiences since I've been there 31 years, one that's very dear to my heart is working with the children. As I mentioned earlier, I went to school to teach, and so I love that aspect, but I also love the aspect of being in the office and having the time with children in the schools. It touches my heart because I can share with them about recycling, and I can see their eyes light up and plant that seed with them. I've actually had children come back to me years later and say, oh, Miss Mary, I still recycle. I was on the recycling team at whatever school. And that just touches my heart.
I want to say our biggest assets, are the people that work there. COVID time, there was a lot of, private companies, a lot of county entities. They took turns working one week or another. And the same thing with when we have disasters. We're always right there setting up different areas of the landfill. If we're not taking it in the place that we normally put the waste, we're always there working with FEMA and TEMA and the county officials. We've had several tornadoes, I've been through them all. It puts a strain on operators that are in the field. If they step up, we'll work overtime. We've stayed overnight. We do all we can to help, for sure, always have. And we're there to help the community with that.
Well, when I went to work 47 years ago, I kind of thought I wouldn't be there over a week or two. I could find me something else to do, because working in the trash is not the most prestigious job anybody ever had. But after you work with the guys a while and get used to everybody, and we made it fun. We had fun as we worked, and we still worked hard, but yet we had fun with it. And I know all of the guys out there, know them by name. Most of them I know their wife's name and their kids' names, and you just get to know people. And we got a good bunch of people that work out there, a real good bunch of people.
I'm always happy to see people when they come in. It would be great to see you when you come out. Just ask for TJ.
I decided to stick around the landfill as a long-term thing. Probably 4 or 5 years into it, just decided it seemed like a good place to work. Enjoyed the guys that I worked with. Everybody kind of had fun working. Made me decide I wanted to stay.
Everybody ought to be thankful they have a landfill, because areas that don't have them, they pay no telling what to get rid of their trash. And if you didn't have a place to do with that, what would you do with it? I mean, you'd be throwing that out on the side of the road or in a gully somewhere like they used to do. So things have really changed. It's a lot for the better, and everybody should be really thankful they have a landfill. They just need to understand it's there for them, but we need their help too.
As I changed positions and went into other areas of the landfill operation, getting to know all of the employees, but it's been very fulfilling. I love Bi-County. Bi-County is a big part of my life. My boys grew up knowing that I was there at the landfill, working in all the different events and just being out in the community. So it's been, and still is, a huge, huge part of my life.
The future of the landfill, I think it's bright, it's good. I think Bi-County, what it should mean to the residents here, that they should be proud. The people that's doing the job, that it's not glorious and people don't want to do it, but they get it done. We got you covered, and we cover every day.
For current and exclusive content, subscribe to CDE Lightband, connecting you at the speed of light.